Top liner locks, button compression locks. This is a Remit Rhino. This is actually not on the top. The liner lock is on the bottom, and I cannot actuate it as if it was a liner lock. This is a dark rock, dark bolt, dark something. This is a dark bolt. This has a liner lock that you can actually actuate, but it's also not a top. And these other two are the new Vosteed top liner locks Extravaganza, where it's actually on the top. This is the raccoon. This is the hedgehog. One thing I noticed about all of these, they all have something interesting about them. This one feels like the button's made of plastic, and almost as if it's sitting, the pin is like not fused to the lock. It's so hard to see, but you can definitely feel it. It's got a little wobble to it, but it's got great action. The dark bolt is interesting because it does this if you don't press it all the way. And I would consider that, I used to build keyboards, so I would consider this like it's got too much travel. It's not a bad knife or anything. I mean, it works. You just have to press it a little bit more. I don't know what I cut with this. So I call that the little jiggle if I like half press it, which I noticed the very first time I flicked it. I was like, huh? I really have to press it down. Now these Vosteed ones have better travel. I'm not sure. Less travel. This one's got a flipper tab. This thing is so thin. You can see that little line, that thin line. This thing is going behind this pin and in front of the button. It is really tightly engineered, really impressive. And they don't do that jiggle. They do, but like you have to press it like 1/10 of the way, and even still it's like you can just kind of shoot it forward. So executed better on the Vosteed across the board because the button is better. Does this one jiggle? No, and I might actually hurt myself. Oh yeah, this one does too, if you kind of half press this one. Anyways, I really like these knives. I like this type of lock. I think between these two, I like the raccoon's ergonomics a little bit more. I know that this one has a finger choil and it's like dedicated, but this one has enough on the handle for me to put my finger in there. And it's a little bit longer of a blade too. So if we look at these blades, it looks the same, but then you go like at the usable side and you see the difference there. I like how this fits in my hand more. So the perfect knife would be fuller on the raccoon, just like this, because this fuller, oh, it's so nice. Oh, God. Anywhere I put my finger, I don't even have to look. I don't even have to think about it. This is my favorite fuller opener right now. And then if somehow they could do the flipper tab too, that'd be crazy. But look at the hole difference between the pin and the button. It's very small compared to this one. I have to open it up to show you. It's a lot bigger. Enough for that flipper tab to fly through there. Anyways, so these are really great. This isn't a premium steel. If they came out with like a pro edition of this with a fuller and a flipper tab, I'd just be in heaven. And better steel, maybe titanium. Just make it. Just do it. This one's great, S35 VN. It's just a little weird. I don't press the button on accident when I grip it, but I feel it. So there's just little things about them. They're all, I would say that the Raccoon is probably the closest to perfect. Even though it doesn't have all the fidgety opening that I like. The Dark Bolt has a front flipper and has a flipper tab because the lock is on the front. Yeah, it's got a front. This thing's not that enjoyable of a front flipper though. But I love these knives. The only one I don't have, only two I don't have. I used to have a Smock. I don't have it anymore. And the Vosteed RS Chaos. Is that it? Yeah. And there's probably more versions of the Remit that I don't have either. But I think I started collecting these now. I think that's my new thing. Although I don't know if I want to buy any more until I see engineering changes to either of these two. Because there's another one coming out, the Psyop. And that is a thumb hole and a flipper tab, I think. Or a front flipper. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, I should probably get that too, just so I can be consistent with my collection. But it's like 250 bucks. Anyways, top liner lock, button actuated liner lock, whatever you want to call it. They are my favorite. Oh, wait, one more thing. This button is in a weird place. Why is it there? Why is it in the middle? Why is the button so thin compared to how thick this thumb stud is? It's just like inconsistent, and it kind of messes with my lizard brain a little bit. So fix the travel on this. Make it this button. Make these things the same. I would say I like how big that is, so make this bigger and make the travel less. And you are golden. You want more nitpicks? Maybe more jimping, just so I can really get up on it. Although I could say that about any of these knives. I wish they had more jimping on them. The Raccoon could go up more. The Hedgehog. The Hedgehog definitely fucks. It gets it for sure. That's a good choke up. The Remit is... Oh, fuck, I almost cut myself. Has very little, like, safety choke up I can do. I mean, I can hit here, but I'm really close, and it just doesn't feel right. But it's got great action. And a good finish. I like that finish, whatever they're doing there. Let me just flip knives for another 2 minutes. All right, take care.